8 years ago, I was a struggling actress here in Los Angeles, and I was auditioning and getting jobs here and there on commercials and some TV shows. And at the end of the day, I always had to go back to my day job. I worked 9 to 5, more like 9 to 8, at a network here in Los Angeles as an administrative assistant. And I hated it. You know, I'm sorry for anybody who's still there if you see this video. But as an admin assistant, my job was to file, make coffee, make photocopies, call in and confirm appointments, and keep a schedule in a cubicle that was gray and drab, and in the middle row of the whole office there was just rows of file cabinets. And it was so uninspiring for me as an actress, as someone who's really creative. It was so uninspiring for me to come there every morning and just see file cabinets, black file cabinets, you know, and I was responsible for some of those file cabinets. Yeah, this is how I feel about that job. I felt like it was sucking the life right out of me. You know what I mean? Have you ever had a job like that? I mean, working 9 to 8 for, I think I was there for about 5 years, you know, because they were great about letting me go on auditions. And yet I felt like time was ticking away, and I felt there had to be more to life than this, God, you know? Surely you couldn't have made me just to answer someone's phones for the rest of my life and to have moments of joy, moments of peace, and moments of creativity. I just couldn't believe that that was my life, you know what I mean? So at about this time, in the midst of my frustration, a friend of mine told me she had met a woman who analyzes hands. And so when I met her, I was really excited because I thought she was going to tell me when I was going to be rich and famous. And she kind of laughed the way I laugh at people when they ask me that. And she said, well, actually, no. Think of your hands as kind of like a blueprint of where you are right now, of who you're being right now. And your fingerprints, they will never change. And those represent your life purpose and life lesson to me. But I'll get to that probably in another video. I met with this woman, and I showed her my hands, and after an hour, it was as if the heavens opened and the angels sang. You know, seriously. I thought, oh my God, this woman sees me. She gets me. And it still chokes me up because I could remember that moment. Because at that point in time, I was so miserable at my job that I really was desperate for a change. I was desperate for a breakthrough. And I didn't know what to do with myself because I knew that that job was not in alignment with who I was. And yet I needed to make a living. I needed to pay rent, you know? So after I saw this woman, she knew things about me that only I knew about me. My secret dreams, secret hopes, my challenges. And if any of you have seen my frustration videos on my channel, you know that my challenge happens to be with time. Time, distance, space, and matter. With clutter, which is all about also time and managing time and stuff. And that happens to be my life lesson. You know, in the fingerprints, it actually says that. Clutter and time are my lesson in this lifetime. So when I met this woman, like I said, she was able to tell me things that only I knew about me. Not even my boyfriend understood the inner workings of my mind and what I felt about me. And seriously, I felt as if I was given permission to be me for the first time in my life. I mean, I had been studying personal development since I was a teenager because I knew that there had to be more to life than just this. And I was on this personal quest to find out what made people tick, what was the invisible thing that ran the world, and what was the difference that made the difference. And so when I met her and she was able to tell me all these things, I thought, oh my God, you mean I'm okay? It's okay to be me? And that still gets me choked up because for years I'd been living trying to be somebody else, trying to be like my best friend, trying to be like some actress that I admired, trying to, you know, as an actress, in the beginning, of course, I don't do this anymore. As an actress, you just want to be what they want you to be. Do you know what I mean? And how many people in life go around doing that and they're not even actors? I mean, and actors who do that, it's really about learning to be me and learning to be you and appreciating who you are, because you know what? There's no one in the world like you. No one. And you are magnificent just the way you are. And for me, that's what I learned in that session. So much so that I wanted to learn how to do this for other people because I thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. So I went to training. I think I did a year and a half studying with my mentor, and I started coaching right away. I wanted to share this with other actors to help them overcome their hurdle. And oh, by the way, after I got my hands read the first time, I think within, like 4 months, I was able to leave my job and started making a living as an actress. And I lived off commercials for a while. They paid my rent and paid all my bills, and I was able to live off residual income for the first time. And I actually got insurance, yay, through Screen Actors Guild, which is a major accomplishment for any actors because you have to earn a certain amount of money in order to qualify for insurance.